All right, here we go. Hey, Mark, just hanging out, right? So you do Scottish music.
Scottish.
So
Irish,
you have regular guitars, regular violins, but then I noticed your pants are a little bit different.
Yes, I'm actually wearing a French culotte, which keeps me very warm in the winter. No, this is a kilt.
It's a kilt.
This is a kilt.
So
and the kilts come originally from Scotland. And the idea behind the kilt is every family has their own unique pattern. So you can tell a person's family or clan or sept just by looking at the color and the weave of the kilt. If you look around at the tam o'shanter, you'll notice there are literally hundreds of them with names appended. That will tell you if you're a Drummond, that's your kilt, etc. So this tells my family. You'll notice each of the guys wears a kilt. This tells what family each person is. Now, there's also some regalia that goes with each kilt. For example, you'll notice the knee socks. That's because it's freaking cold in Scotland.
Okay.
And so you gotta have something to keep the boys warm. So long socks are very common. And inside of every right sock, every man has what's known as a skin do, which is the little knife. And you keep that handy for doing all kinds of little errands. And then if this were real regalia, we would have behind our back, we'd also have a Scotch dirk, which is a longer knife that you use specifically for people you don't like.
Wow.
And because there are no pockets in a kilt, most lads wear what's called a sporran. And a sporran is where you keep your stuff.
Oh. Okay.
It's all very, very practical.
So what, do you use a belt or you just put it like a towel around like you just came out of the shower or what?
Are we talking about what I wear in showers? Because
No,
suddenly this conversation is taking a turn.
I mean, do you wear a belt?
And I'd be glad to talk about it with her, but you and me, we're not just going to roll in the shower.
Yeah, I know. No, what happens? You just a belt?
The kilt actually buckles around the waist. You'll notice there are not one, but two buckles on this side. One buckle on this side.
So if you lose weight or gain weight, then
you just tighten it up a little bit. So I can tell you're a man on a weight loss regimen. So
you can tell.
Buy
right?
2 kilts. I can tell. Look at you. You're starting to buff up.
Thanks, man. I mean, the secret
look so
is
much better
I
than the last time I saw you.
I know, right? About 30 pounds ago. Yeah. Okay. And so do you? Okay. Here's the thing, because everybody asks this question probably like, do you wear underwear in a kilt? No, isn't it a true question?
Now the truth is, there are rules about that, and I do follow the rules.
Okay.
Now there are lots of stories about what is properly worn beneath the kilt.
A good song about
the best there's actually even a very good song about that, which if you'd like me to do.
Okay.
I've heard several stories about what is properly worn beneath the kilt. Now one of my favorite stories, used to have a lovely fellow used to come and visit us, named Phil, who was as Scottish as could be. And one day somebody asked him, Phil, what's worn beneath the kilt? And he says, oh, lass, he says, nothing's worn. It's all in perfect operating condition. But the best response I've ever heard to what's worn beneath the kilt, I was on a bus. I was on a bus in Scotland near the town of Aberfeldy, Scotland. It was a crowded bus, and it stopped. And as the bus stops, a tall, strapping, good-looking, handsome, long, just right out of a romance novel, gets on the bus. There's no room on the bus to sit down, so he's standing there holding on to one of the hanging straps, and the kilt is swaying. And there's a couple of young American tourists on the bus. And one of them goes, "Excuse me," she says. She says, "Is it true that you guys don't wear anything at all underneath the kilt?" And the fellow looks down at her and he says, "Oh, lass," he says, "a proper lass would never ask a question like that. And an improper lass, she'd know by now."
All right. So, I'm not going to be an improper lass, but no, kidding. But the tradition is they don't or they do? It's up to the guy?
Tradition is going commando.
Okay.
Going commando.
Wow.
When if you've ever saw the movie Braveheart, when he's laying there on the table and he yells, "Freedom!" He's talking about what's worn beneath the kilt.
Okay. All right. Anyways, so that is how to wear a kilt.
That's how you properly wear a kilt.
How you properly wear a kilt with Mark from the Ploughboys.
Gilly brogues they have here. You got the knee socks, the skin do. You got flashes which match the color.
And then shirts are just regular shirts, just whatever.
And a regular vest.
All right, thanks a lot, Mark. That was awesome.
My pleasure.
The Big Daddy Shin. If I could understand what a kilt is like, you could understand what a kilt is like. See you next time. Let's go.
I said I had a brief, fascinating discussion with Steve and LaFleur about
kilts during the break.
That's us.
And the question, as it often does come up, is what is properly worn beneath the kilt? And the answer, of course, is nothing's worn. It's all in perfect operating condition.
Dun-dun-dun.
We thought we would explain, as we are the Ploughboys, a drinking group with a musical problem. We thought that we would explain it in our own unique fashion in a song.
Can't take Vito anywhere.
No, really you can't, because he's on a weekend pass from the prison farm. He's got that ankle monitor.
He's hidden his ankle bracelet beneath his hose.
Scotsman clad in a kilt, he left the bar one evening fair. One could tell by how he walked, he drunk more than his share. He fumbled round until he could no longer keep his feet. Then he stumbled off into the grass, asleep beside the street. Oh, ring, ding, diddly-i-o, ring, ding, diddly-i-o. He stumbled off into the grass, asleep beside the street. Well, about that time, two young and lovely schoolgirls happened by. One says to the other, with a twinkle in her eye, "You see yon bonny Scotsman, so strong and handsome built. Now I wonder if it's true that they don't wear beneath their kilts." Oh, ring, ring, diddly-i-o, ring, ring, diddly-i-o. I wonder if it's true that they don't wear beneath their kilts. So they crept up on that sleeping Scotsman as quiet as could be. They lifted up his kilt about a quarter of an inch. That's all they needed, so they could see. Here behold them, gazed beneath the Scottish skirt. There was nothing more than God had raised him with upon his bird. Oh, ring, ring, diddly-i-o, ring, ring, diddly-i-o. There was nothing more than God had graced him with upon his bird. They marveled for a moment, then they said we should be gone. But let's leave a gift for our new friend before we move along. So as a gift, she ties her blue silk ribbon in a bow around the bonny star that Scotsman's kilt could lift to show. Oh, ring, ring, diddly-i-o, ring, ring, diddly-i-o. Around the bonny star that Scotsman's kilt could lift to show. Now the Scotsman woke to nature's call, and he stumbles towards a tree. Behind a bush he lifts his kilt, and he gawks at what he sees. And in a startled voice says he, for what's before his eyes? Oh, lad, I don't know where you've been, but I see that you won first prize. Oh, ring, ring, diddly-i-o, ring, ring, diddly-i-o. But I see the one first prize. Oh, ring, ring, diddly-i-o, ring, ring, diddly-i-o. And I don't know where you've been, but I see that you won first prize.
So that's what happens under a kilt.
Scotsman! Thank you guys.